to put some milk in that pot, because she believes that the snake is actually the form of God. But Dasa does not let this happen. What he does, he immediately picks up the pot carefully and runs away from that particular place. What excuse he gives? He said that he would leave the pot with its contents, means whatever it has, whatever the pot contains, with the snake charmer living nearby, because Dasa does know that snake charmer had come to catch the snake, and he had given his name and address, and also said that he was living nearby. Therefore Dasa said that nobody can see snake, I will just leave it with the snake charmer. He became the hero of the day. The meaning of to be the hero of the day is to make people believe of having done something that no one could have done, and so to be famous amongst all. So still in this particular juncture, in this particular situation, Dasa is taken to be a hero. Dasa is believed as a hero. Everybody appreciates Dasa's deeds and actions. Everybody has also confessed that Dasa is not a lazy person, he is not an ideal servant, he is a careful servant, he is a responsible servant, since he has caught the snake, and therefore he became the hero of the day. We can also say that actually it would be more proper to say that he made himself hero of the day, or he made people believe himself as a hero of the day. Why? Because in the beginning of the story, people were blaming on Dasa. People were blaming only on Dasa and his irresponsibility and his carelessness, due to which such dreadful things were entering into the compound. It was Dasa only who was being blamed. But now Dasa has become the hero. So this is again a type of opposition, or we can say there is a shift in the idea, and suddenly the situation and the beliefs have taken turn, upside down. So this is how R.K. Narayan has described the people and their mentality. No topography and geography is mentioned, by the way. This is the thing to take into our consideration also. As we know that res milu moment includes society, people, topography, geography, people's identity, culture, religion and all. Only one thing is taken to be granted, that there is an Hindu society where snake is taken as God, and therefore mother, she wanted to feed snake with some milk and so on and so forth. Besides this, no clear-cut information about geography, language, dialect, dressing style, nothing is given. Everything is just taken as imaginary story. Although majority stories of R.K. Narayan are written in Malgudi, as we know that Malgudi Days, one of the serials, was also being telecast on Sony TV, and it was inspired by R.K. Narayan's short story collection Malgudi Days, wherein he writes some very famous stories like Astrologer's Day, so on and so forth. This is also the collection of the short story collection, one of the part of that short story collection. But no topography as such is given in this particular story, in the reference of this particular story. Let us have a look. They watched him in great admiration and decided to reward him adequately. The meaning of adequately means satisfactorily or appropriately. So, as I said that Dasa has now become the hero of the day, so all believe that Dasa should be given some adequate or proper or suitable rewards in form of, we do not know whether in form of money, whether in form of post or whatever, but people believe that now Dasa should be given some reward, some token of reward, and in the end of this paragraph people believe that he should be rewarded adequately. Let us have a new paragraph. This paragraph is you can say that the key of the lock. The key of the lock means that if you read the paragraph, then all the doubts are clear, but again the open-endedness is maintained. I will explain what is called open-endedness. Majority stories written by R.K. Narayan One of the French writer, his name is Frank Stockton. He has written a very beautiful story. That story is Lady or the Tiger. This story is also open-ended, where when the lover opens the door, either it would be a lady or it would be tiger. But when the story ends, it is not declared whether tiger came out or the lady came out. There the story is declared to be an end. So the writer Frank Stockton leaves on the readers. Readers are to think whether it was lady or the tiger coming out of that door. Similarly, here in this story also there is something which leaves us thinking. This is the touchy beauty of this story, and therefore this particular paragraph, please have a look, is, I said, that key of the lock, but leaving some doubts alive. It was 5 minutes since Dasa was gone when the youngest son cried. Cried means, here to cry means, it is a past participle of the word to cry, that means shout loudly. What he cried? He cried, "See there!" Out of a hall in the compound wall, a cobra emerged. Now there is a silence in the assembly. Means, from the midday onwards, people were in search of cobra. One cobra, one snake was caught by Dasa. It was sealed in the water pot that Dasa went with. Dasa has gone to the snake charmer to hand over that cobra. Only 5 minutes. Look at the first line. It was only 5 minutes since Dasa was gone. Another cobra has come out. Now my word another is again into double inverted comma. Whether it was another cobra or it was the same cobra. The question will be coming later. Please pay attention. Out of a hole in the compound wall, a cobra emerged. It glided along towards the gate. The meaning of glide is move with a smooth, quite continuous motion. That what glided means. So cobra glided along towards the gate, paused for a moment. Cobra took pause. Means to take pause means a temporary stop in action or speech, here in gliding. So here in this particular paragraph, the word paused is used for gliding. So cobra took a pause for a while to look at the gathering in the veranda with its hood half open. This is something very comic, that, and as if the personalization has happened. Actually, it is not a proper example of personification, but the thing is that cobra has taken pause. Cobra is looking at each and every one, the people who are gathering there, and now see, there is a silence in the assembly and all are shocked. All are shocked because no one knew whether it was the same cobra or it was a new cobra. And therefore in the second paragraph, have a look. It crawled under the gate and disappeared along a drain. Crawled means also to move slowly or move forward on the hands and knees or by dragging the body close to the ground. Generally, we do know that snakes and other reptiles, they crawl. So similarly, this particular snake also, it crawled under the gate and disappeared along a drain. The meaning of drain is cause the water or other liquid in something, means to run out, leaving it empty or dry. That is what is the meaning of drain is. Majority in the parks and in the veranda, such drains are placed so that for the outlet of the water. Please have a look. So the snake, it crawled under the gate and disappeared along a drain. When they recovered from the shock, please pay attention. Here the word they is used for the people gathering in the veranda, and they were shocked. But when they recovered from the shock, means when they came out from the shock, they asked. This is the question which was being asked amongst each other. And the question was, does it mean that there are two snakes here? Big question mark. There is a question mark, but it is not only a question mark, it is a big question mark. This is the, you can say, the irony of the story, you can say the suspense of the story, you can say the comic element of the story, you can say the human mentality of the story, you can say the shrewdness of Dasa. So many words you can use for this particular situation or for this particular question. The question is that, does it mean that there are two snakes here? Let me explain why. Let me explain the internality of this question. Internality of the question is, if Dasa was wrong, means if there was no snake in the pot Dasa was holding, then there must only be one snake that these people are right now looking at. But if Dasa was right, means if Dasa had really a snake in the water pot that he went with to the snake charmer, it means there were two snakes in the garden. But nobody knows whether there were one snake or whether there were two snakes. Please have a look of the next words. And said, the college boy murmured. Now, soon after this question, there was a college boy who was giving the information of American newspaper. So he murmured. The meaning of murmured is speak softly. The meaning of murmur is speak softly. Many times we murmur. So the college boy murmured, and the last murmuring of that college boy is the open-ended end of this story. And his dialogues are, I wish I had taken a risk and knocked the water pot from Dasa's hand. We might have known what it contained. So here boy, he in his mind, he does not share with anyone, but he in his mind, he speaks, he murmurs, he speaks slowly and softly in his mind that had I taken a risk, it was good if I had taken the risk to knock the pot or to snatch the pot from Dasa's hand and to know whether it really contained snake or not. If I had taken a risk, I could have known whether there was really a snake or not. So as I was telling you, what is the open-endedness? Open-endedness is R.K. Narayan leaves this question with the readers also, that now you think whether Dasa was right or whether Dasa was wrong. If there were two snakes in the garden, then Dasa must be right. But if there were only one snake in the garden, Dasa could be wrong only because Dasa had no snake in his pot. And Dasa just befooled the people. And it is actually Dasa's comic character that is coming out on the surface in the end of the story. Right from the beginning, Dasa was just tension free person. He was not taking that tension of having a snake in the garden. He was all free minded person. Rest of the people, they were worried about the snake and its bite and all. In the end also, Dasa came out with a water pot, and at that particular time also I was telling that there was a glow on his face. If Dasa was really having a snake in that particular pot, then that glow must be authentic or right. But if Dasa was having no snake in that particular pot, then that glow he adopted was artificial. And to adopt artificiality is also difficult. This is the punch of R.K. Narayan's technique, and this is very beautifully highlighted in this particular story. There are many such stories like this, but this is just a example of R.K. Narayan's technique and his mastery over the language, his mastery over the techniques, and most of all, characterization. We cannot decide whether Dasa was a hero or he was a protagonist or he was a clown character, he was a comic character, he was a negative character or a positive character. It is not that easy to decide or to determine about the characterizations of Dasa. Therefore, one of the most important question in this particular story is describe Dasa's character, and the way he makes readers laugh. And yes, as I said in between, that if you dramatize the story, then the most difficult character would be of Dasa, because with very, we can say, with the minimum dialogues, Dasa has highlighted his character. Means Dasa has just done everything with his behavior. I really enjoyed lecturing on this particular story. I once again express my sincere gratitude to GTU, LVCOM and BISEC team to cooperate with me. Dear students and listeners, thank you so much. Thanks a lot.